Let's talk about the YouTube myth that refuses to die. Somewhere out there, a hobbyist is spraying WD-40 into volume controls. This is the worst thing you can do with a volume, any kind of electronic switches and potentiometers. Never ever do this. This is going to soften and damage the carbon tracks on your pots. It's going to definitely create dead spots. I mean, it might sound good right when you put it in there, but it's destroyed it. It temporarily improves it, but what it's really doing is that residue that it will extract dust. It will gum up the carbon track. So it's like the residue in there is going to be like a dust magnet, and that carbon track is going to be damaged. The potentiometers, they're lubricated. The carbon track and the wiper. And you put this stuff in there, it's bad. You might as well just throw the pot away. You can see right here in the back on this one, this is lubricates moving parts such as hinges, wheels, rollers, chains, gears, protects against rust, corrosion on items like tools, firearms, sporting equipment, penetrates to free stuck, corroded parts like nuts, bolts, valves, locks, on hinges and things like that. Displaces moisture to restore wet or flooded equipment such as engines, spark plugs, power tools. This is not a cleaner. It is not a lubricant. Never and ever ever use this stuff on there. You just might as well throw your pot away. This stuff right there, this stuff is the Grim Reaper for potentiometers and other electronics, switches, and so we're going to get rid of this. Don't ever use this in your pots. It is not made for it, and it's going to destroy the pot. Hey, it sounds great right when you did it, but a few more turns, a few more days, it's destroying the potentiometer. So I say get rid of this. Now, we're going to go with a couple other things. We got isopropyl. 99% I always use, 90 to 99%. But again, this stuff will strip away the lubricant. This electronic cleaner will strip away the lubricant. If you feel that you need to spray this stuff into the potentiometer or switches, you better let it evaporate. This will evaporate quicker, but 99%, if you go 70%, I think it's more like water. Always use 99% on anything. It's medical grade, but this stuff does good too, but it will strip away the lubricant and destroys that lubricant. It's going to leave it dry and scratchy over time. You won't notice it at first, but it will. It'll give you dead spots or even uneven taper, You're supposed to, I only recommend it for open frame pots, but if you ever use this on potentiometers, either one, let it evaporate and then apply a lubricant. I'll put these over here, and I'm going to go show you my lubricants that I use. I know these are expensive. You don't have to have these type, but I like them. I got the D5 and the F5. The F5, the fader, I use strictly on this green can here. I use strictly just for volume controls. It's got the cleans, lubricates, improves, and protects connections. This is the best stuff for the volume controls or any kind of potentiometer. This I use, the D5 I use on switches. And let me show you, for instance. Okay, we'll have this potentiometer here, it's kind of sealed, but you could get some in there under these terminals. Sometimes you get a little bigger. I will use this F5 on this pot. D5 is good. Not good for this. I'll show you what's good for that. But it's good for this. Say a switch for. They also have. If you ever get any of this stuff, it's got a spray adjustment on it. It's got L, M, and H. L meaning light spray, where just medium and heavy. You can buy these that don't have this, and I don't recommend them because they're just over. Same thing with this one. Try to get the ones that just got the adjustable spray on them, because I always keep it on light spray. But yeah, now this one, these wafer switches, never, ever, ever spray it with any of these two. I mean, it's good for it, but you're talking about a wafer here. So what I do is I use the Oxid D100L. So that way I can pinpoint. And what I do is you do both wafers there. But so what you need to do is just you take actually, and you just do the movable contact there. It's just a little drop. Don't take much. Just do them. And let's see. Then you start turning the switch. It'll make it on those stationary contacts. And you're not soaking your wafer board with any other crap. You can see how it's on there, and it's actually cleaning it. I missed one of the wafers, and that was not the worst one. So, see, it's not getting all over the place. And believe me, that is cleaning it and lubricating it. It needs to be the one down here too, but I'm not going to show you that. I'm not using this at the time. But this stuff here, it's more expensive than these, but it's more than a contact cleaner. Removes oxidation, improves connection, seals and protects surfaces. You don't want to spray the wafer boards, just the contacts. This stuff here, as far as, well, WD-40, never, ever, ever use that. In the volume controls, switches, selector switches, or don't do it. These you'll get away with. Let them evaporate, and then you'll have to put some kind of a lubricant on them, like this one, because this is just for this one that I use. You're just going to destroy your radio. Oh, that sounds great. Now it's nice and clean, clear, and no, it will destroy them. So if I could save one radio by sharing this with you, it's worth it, you know. Don't ever use this stuff. WD-40, you might as well put Drano or plumber, liquid plumber or something, whatever they call it, on your pots. You just damaged them. You think you did good at the time, and then these things are only rated for so many turns. And you start putting that WD-40 in there, it's going to decrease that by whatever. Say if it was 10,000, it's probably going to decrease just by a couple hundred turns at most if you're lucky. I'm just guessing. I don't know for a fact, but it's just common sense. Never put WD-40 on. And I seen it just the other day on a YouTuber doing it, and I don't know, shook my head. It's like, Why is he doing that? Don't do WD-40 ever. If you do use these two here, let them evaporate. Even if you have to put a hair dryer on there on the cool stage, just blowing air, let them evaporate. Then go with this this one for the potentiometers, and this one for your switches, and this one for the selector switches or band switches. I'll guarantee it. See, now that board is dry, but yet that stuff is working great. So that's all I got to say with that. You just got to watch what you're doing and don't go with that myth. That YouTube myth where they're using WD-40 or alcohol, isopropyl or something on those potentiometers and stuff. No. Do yourself a favor. You know, you don't have to buy this deoxy type crap. Crap, it's not crap, it's great stuff. You can probably find stuff at a local electronic store, maybe even Walmart or somebody would have something that's got cleaner and lubricant. It has to be a lubricant, though. It has to be a lubricant. I just hope that you can stop giving them potentiometers and other electronic stuff the death sentence. You know, you're just giving them a death sentence. They're not going to last. Don't do it. No WD-40 ever. You do these two, make sure you lubricate it. And if you don't want to expend the money for these types, this is more expensive than anything. But you know, you just use it a little bit. You just, you know, lasts forever. I don't know. I've had this for years. You might get something different. It don't have to be these. As long as this has got a lubricant in it, and cleans and lubricates, you're good. So I'm just trying to save some radios and potentiometers and things like that, and let's get away from that YouTube myth by using WD-40 and isopropyl and thinking they did the job, or even just electronic cleaner. No, it has to be lubricated. It's the way they came. That's the way they're made. The carbon and the wiper are lubricated. You start putting that stuff in there, you just lost lubrication, and you're just going to cause wear. I mean, really bad, fast. So I hope this helps. If you think somebody is using this stuff or know somebody, share this video, because it's important.